Tudor investment founder Paul Tudor Jones telling CNBC this morning about the tough environment facing equity investors right now. Have a listen.
It's a really challenging time to want to be an equity investor in U.S. stocks right now. It's really hard because, again, you've got the geopolitical uncertainty, which we, I think, come to live with to a certain extent. But again, all those have the ability to have a nonlinear outcome. So something not just business as usual. But I think equally as much of a problem is the fiscal situation that we're facing in the United States.
Well, joining us now, Afsaneh Beschloss, CEO of investment management firm Rock Creek and former World Bank CIO. Here on set, it's great to have you.
Great to be here. Thank you, Morgan.
I do want to start with your reaction to what Tudor Jones just said there, this idea of non-linear outcome. I mean, geopolitical risks, we've seen the market, at least today, sort of shrug that off, but it's just the latest in a line of big uncertainties for the market here. Mm-hmm. How do you game it out?
I think he's absolutely right. And I think he started his trading experience, if anything, when macro was sort of a thing and geopolitical risks were high. I think in the last few years, we haven't seen anything like this. And I think it is very correct to call it nonlinear, because if you look just in the last week, so many unexpected things, ending with this terrible invasion of Israel by Hamas. And then before that, we've had a lot of uncertainty about the Fed. Before that, we had the ouster of Speaker McCarthy. So a lot is going on, which is unexpected necessarily. But when you add it up, it creates that increased uncertainty in the markets, which is impacting the markets as we saw today.
I mean, I feel like geopolitics is like supply chain.
Right.
Investors, markets, they discount it, they shrug it off, they don't pay attention to it until they have to. So in terms of what we're seeing in the Middle East right now, when does it go from discount to this is going to be everybody's focus?
What is interesting is the terrible events in Israel happened only 4 days ago. But it almost seemed like the markets today were not as concerned, maybe, as, we saw markets react yesterday morning. Bond markets were closed, but in terms of equity markets. But today, I think what the markets are seeing is what is going to be the scale of Israel's reaction? What is going to be the shadow war, if any? Will the Russians be involved in this in terms of sort of prodding other countries into more trouble, as it were? And how will that impact the passage of oil through the Strait of Hormuz? So far, because those things have not happened, oil prices, in fact, were not up particularly. They were, in fact, got weaker today after a little spike yesterday. So people are watching what is going to be happening, I think, in Israel very, very closely, and what will be the impact in the rest of the Middle East world.
Afsaneh, it's good to see you. We switched places. You're sitting there in Inglewood Cliffs, and I'm here in D.C. I'm wondering, what, if any, are the canaries in the coal mine that you're watching in this geopolitical situation to see if things are turning? Particular commodities, you mentioned the energy market. Are there any particular equity sectors that you have your eye on?
So I think we can talk about equity sectors, but at first, in terms of commodities, anything that gets affected, as Morgan said, in terms of supply chain, right? So, for example, 3% of potash goes through Israel ports. Short-term impact on those kinds of things. Anything in the rest of the Middle East, I think that is particularly, obviously, oil is the biggest commodity, or oil products that are going through the straits, I think, could get affected. But more importantly, with equities, the interesting fact today, John, was that equities were up slightly. I think where we're going to have positive news is on the green economy, because we saw the EV markets being up today. And I think as this kind of conflict goes on for longer and uncertainty about traditional oil and gas goes up, that is a boon for the green economy, if you want to call it that, or the energy transition related stocks.